Steering systems generally come in one of two designs: steering gearbox, sometimes called parallelogram, and rack and pinion. Let's first look at parallelogram steering. A parallelogram steering system converts movement of the steering wheel to the turning of the wheels through a gearbox. The gearbox produces the mechanical advantage necessary to steer the vehicle. Inside the gearbox, the turning motion of the steering wheel is directed downward and transferred to a component called a pitman arm. The pitman arm moves the wheels through its connection to the center link and tie rods. A component called the idler arm holds the center link in place. Because the idler arm is positioned relatively parallel to the pitman arm, the system is called parallelogram steering.
The rack and pinion steering system is the simplest and most commonly used on cars today. On this system, when the steering wheel is turned, it rotates a pinion gear in the rack assembly that meshes with threads in a long bar called the steering rack. As the pinion gear turns, it moves the steering rack to the right or left. This movement is transferred through tie rods to the steering arms that turn the front wheels. To reduce road vibration, rubber insulators are used to mount the rack to the vehicle. Dust boots and clamps keep lubricant in and dirt out of the rack assembly.
Depending on the size and design of the vehicle, the steering rack may be connected to the tie rods with either an end takeoff or a center takeoff. This refers to the manner in which the tie rods are connected to the rack assembly.
If the tie rods extend outward from the ends of the rack, it is called an end takeoff. If they extend from the center of the rack, it's a center takeoff. End takeoff assemblies have one rubber boot on each side of the assembly. A single large boot in the center of the steering rack indicates a center takeoff assembly.